So it's the first week back from Christmas. It's a busy week to go ahead. Got a lot of work to go out the door, and so it's all systems go. We've got these jobs to go out. Them two no good, unfortunately, so we've pushed them to the sides. We've remade them for the customer. There's them, and there's also the jobs which are on the floor, which are a part of the same order, but we didn't get that pattern until just before Christmas. We've also got all of these half-mile posts, which are now cast, just got to be red-leaded. So we've got to get these out the door for the customer as well, so we can complete that. So it's all systems go on this first Monday back from the Christmas period. So what I'm making today is we are making these Clayton brake ends, therefore overhead cranes. So they go on them, and the way I've got to do this is on a bit of a sheet basically. I've got a board with a hole in it, because there's my joint, and I'll just stick it in. I'll just stick it in the hole. So it's 1:10, and we've just had a load of pipes dropped off for shot blasting, which are here and all here. Got to get them ready for tomorrow for 12 o'clock. So got Steve in the blaster now, blasting away. Once they're done, don't look like that. Bosh. These were the leg castings that we made for one of our customers of the order. Steve was dressing the last parts as they were getting collected, and we were delivering these ones round to our local machine shop because their machine shop couldn't machine these ones as they were too large. There was a lot of castings in total. There was the legs, which were them. We also had these ones, which there was 28 of each in total, including them ones, and then there'll also be the side rails. And then there's also the other one that we've just got the pattern for, which will be collected this week coming, because they're all now cast, ready for them to come and collect them. All the castings were done in SG. The customer wanted us to make them because he wanted them to be made in Great Britain, which is a foundry we believe everything should be made in this country. So we cast yesterday, so we knocked all the jobs out. All the jobs that we've knocked out, there's a pallet of jobs there, and we've got these pallets. These next jobs are going to be dressing these, so we've got to blast them all, cut all the runners off, and then we've got to deliver them to the customer. So it's just gone 10:30 on Tuesday morning. Steve's blasted all the pipes, which are all here and here. Even though they're rusty, it's alright because they're going for galvanising. So what the galvanising will do is they'll get dipped in acid first, which will remove all the surface rust. We only take the lacquer and off the pipes. These are the jobs David was making. These are for horse and cart trailers. These are what the springs actually sit in, so we actually make 3 different sizes of these for the customer. Quite an interesting job, quite a difficult one as well, but nice job once they're finished. So this was an actual sample casting first. So these were pipes in cast iron. They have to be able to break. So that's why they're in cast iron. There's quite a lot of cores in this one, so a bit of a difficult one. So it's Wednesday afternoon, well nearly, and we're on our way to go and drop the grids off that we've recently just made. Not all the time we'll do deliveries, but with this one it's only down the other end of the 57 in Runcorn. Go and see the customer and speak to him because I think he might be wanting some more. But before we made these, we had to, the customer brought us the grid, but it was a broken one. We were going to work off that to replicate the new ones, but when we took a closer inspection and like dressing it up to be able to work off it, because we were working off their sample, we noticed it had like these lugs underneath, and with one end being broke, it had the lugs were missing. So basically we said to the customer, we rang them up and went, right, we're going to need one of your full ones, because with the lugs being missing, when you sit them in your channel, it's going to create a wobble when you're driving over. And with this plant, because it's a chemical plant, we wanted them to be completely flat and as original as the other one, so it all matches. So when the forklifts are going over them, there's no imbalances, because they don't want to be dropping all the chemicals. And then when we were talking about it, because at first he wanted them in iron, we were saying like, do you make them anything stronger? And now we said, yeah, you can have them in ductile. And then we had to tell him about ductile, and I just threw out the example like the Williamson Square job that we created a couple of years back in Liverpool, when we made all of them grids and they were ductile, and we had to have the fire engines driving over them to test them to make sure that they were strong enough. And then from there the customer was made up. So we've got the ductile grids in the van now, not far from where we're going to drop them off. And hopefully I get to have a little look around. One of the benefits of dropping them off ourselves is I'm nosy, and I always like to know the next steps, even though it's just a grid. I like to see what they're doing and how business is going. I think it's good to have that relationship with your customers instead of just having a courier taking them all the time, because obviously the courier just drops them off. But it's always good to have a little catch up with the customer and see how we can help each other in the future. So a question we always get asked, especially working in a foundry, especially when it's cold, that does my absolute nut in, is I bet you it's warm in your place when the weather's like this. But it's not. It's only going to be warm if I'm actually in the furnace, and I'm not going to get in the furnace. All the heat stays in the furnace. It's never warm. It's basically working outside. But what's a question that does your head in that people always say about your work? Oh, so it's Thursday morning and we've just got these set of gates in for blasting. Poor Steve's too cold to go in the blaster. We've got to get them done to get them out. So this is what they look like now. Going to try and leave the galvo on, but with the blasting some of it might come off and some of it might not come off. Are you happy?
No.
Why?
No, I am. Get in the box.
Get in your box. So the gates are now all blasted. So there's one there, one there. Let's take a closer look. As you can see, all the paint is now off. Straight back to the bare metal. Here's the other one. Ready for the customer to come and collect them now. Same day, turn around.